Hi kings and queens, and welcome to this episode on the Big Brother special. The heat is killing me, but we have to do what we have to do. So today I'm talking about the fight that happened between Lucy and Nengi on Sunday night. But before I start, I would like to remind you of my sponsor, Arcade, the gaming app for anybody who would like to win some cool cash by taking part in beauty pageants. Download the app now from Play Store, redeem your free M Cash and start playing right away. So guys, while I was editing, I realized that I didn't include the biography for Lucy, so I'm going to fix that immediately. Lucy Edet Essien is 30 years old. She's from Cross River State and she's a businesswoman. She has a degree in elementary education and teaching from Cross River University. She graduated with a second upper class degree. She's smart. And she has done many jobs since her graduation. Her last job before getting into the Big Brother house was medical secretary at Redditon Multi-Specialist Hospital at Ikeja. What happened on Sunday after the live show? Well, what the viewers know is that Lucy was in the toilet or bathroom speaking to herself when Nengi probed her to know if she was talking about her. And that is when they started fighting. You know, there were so many basketballs going left and right, and Lucy had the upper hand because it was seen that she is more eloquent and speaks better. While, Nengi struggled because the only words she could utter out were old hag, amweba. How do you even pronounce that word? I don't even know. Nengi body shamed Lucy, Lucy slut shamed Nengi, Nengi age shamed Lucy, and Lucy again, how do we say, is it English shamed or intelligence shamed? Anyway, they were just shaming each other. But let's look at the reason why Lucy was so angry that night. According to Lucy, she was looking out for Dora. I made a video about Dora, Nengi and Ozo and the particular situation, among these three people. And I said that Dora is not really, involved in this game that these people are playing. Like, she is just a casualty. Dora denies having feelings for Ozo. Even though people could say that she really likes Ozo, but of course Ozo has, directed his entire attention to Nengi at this point. And Dora has also decided to remove herself from the equation by telling him that she no longer wants to be friends with him. Lucy is angry at this situation because she says, okay, you keep telling people that Nengi is your spec, but you won't let Dora be. At the same time, Nengi has made it clear that she has a man outside waiting for her, and you keep following her around. You are a confused being who doesn't know what he wants, and you are, causing issues for Dora. Now, Dora later that night said that she didn't send Lucy on an errand. If Lucy fought Nengi, it definitely wasn't because of her, because, she has no problem with Nengi, she's cool with Nengi, whatever. But later on, when they had a private conversation between the two of them, I'm talking about Dora and Lucy, Dora actually gave, Lucy her support for what she did. So yeah, she did like the fact that, Lucy went out berserk on Nengi and told her so many things. Also, they tried to mitigate the situation by calling this family reunion, by telling the other housemates that he has feelings for Nengi. But Nengi has made it clear that at this point she is not interested in having any relationship with Ozo. She doesn't think Ozo is the kind of guy who can actually stand up and take charge of the situation, because when Lucy was hurling insults at her, was telling her those nasty things, Ozo really didn't stand up for her. He was just trying to play the cool guy, the mature guy, the village elder. It is so annoying, that village elder mentality. I so much dislike it, and I cannot blame Nengi for never wanting to date a man who has that kind of predisposition. But as usual, we don't really talk about these people. We talk about the situations and events they're involved in, and we try and see what we can learn from them. Even though Lucy says that she did this because of Dora, but the audience believes that in reality she did it because she's jealous of Nengi. In my opinion, there was a tone of jealousy in some of the things that she said to Nengi. For example, you like seeking attention from men, you only have your looks, you have nothing else, you know, you're always going naked. I just felt like this is no longer, you know, constructive criticism. This is a matter of, you know, I can't do it and I hate the fact that you can do it. You know, sometimes when you see men or women poking fun at a lady, for example, the women are mostly doing it because they cannot be that woman. And the men are doing it because they cannot afford to be with that kind of woman. But today in this video, we are going to assume, we are going to believe Lucy, you know, that she actually acted in Dora's interest. And we are going to analyze the mistakes she made, you know, while trying to protect her friend. And hopefully, you know, in case you as a woman want to stand up for another woman against another woman, you will not make the same mistake that, you know, Lucy made. First of all, you don't shame in whatsoever way. Always think about this. If you cannot say it to a man, do not say it to a woman. Okay, Nengi likes dressing skimpy. She likes wearing these short clothes. She likes, you know, showing off her body. She's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman with a beautiful body. She's invested in her body. Of course she's going to flaunt it. But even other men in the house are doing the same thing. They are walking around with boxers, shorts, you know, they go shirtless, and, you know, the women are not having any problems with it. Why don't you tell those men as well that they are trying to get attention from women? Why don't you tell Kid Wire with his massive arms, or, you know, Eric, the guy that was, you know, evicted last week with his obviously massive body as well, that they are trying to get women? Why don't you tell Ozo when he wear his like super short shorts that, you know, he's trying to get Nengi's attention? Why is it that it's only when a woman is actually confident with her body and has no problems wearing clothes that flatter or reveal that you suddenly start remembering that people shouldn't be going about naked? If you can't say it to a man, do not say it to a woman, period. So what I understood from what Lucy said is that she was not really angry at Nengi. She was angry at Ozo. But she took it out on Nengi. Why did she do that? You know, there's this situation I noticed about certain women. They are quick to attack other women, but they will never attack a man in the same manner. These women usually have the pick-me attitude. Many people are saying now that Lucy is a feminist because she called Nengi a pick-me. But even a pick-me can call a pick-me a pick-me. What she did was so anti-feminist. You will hardly find a feminist woman who attacks a woman because she's too much of a coward to attack a man, because she is scared of the perception that she might give away to this man, because she doesn't want other men in the house to look at her and think that, oh, she's the kind of woman who is disrespectful to men. Because Lucy is obviously conscious of the opinions that the men in that house have of the women. Otherwise, why would she care about what Nengi is wearing? Why would she care that Nengi is devaluing herself by, you know, showing off her body? The fact that she even thinks that means that she holds men in high esteem, that their opinions matter to her so much that she seeks their validation. That is the reason why she was so quick to attack Nengi and she didn't attack Ozo in the same manner. When you attack a woman instead of attacking the man, you are giving the man power. And Ozo is the kind of man who feeds off this kind of power. I've already seen this situation between Dora and Nengi. And now Lucy practically gave him more food. And he got to play the good guy by calling this family meeting that nobody asked for. What is the best way to support a woman when, you know, she's in a situation where she's being actually attacked by another woman? First of all, there are many insults that are not gender specific, okay? So if a particular insult is good for a woman but it's not good for a man, then don't use it, because that means that you are playing into the patriarchy. And we do not want that, because the moment you start attacking a woman with gender specific insults, then you don't really have a problem with that woman. You have a problem with women. And you, my dear, are a woman. So you have a problem with yourself as well. Let's say, for example, Lucy actually wanted to, you know, resolve the situation between Dora and Nengi. She would have called both women, sat them down, and have a talk with them. And in that situation, she would have allowed Nengi and Dora to, you know, express their opinions about one another in a face-to-face conversation. And she would have acted as an arbiter. That is a referee, someone who stays there and makes sure that the situation doesn't escalate. When the situation is about to escalate, she comes in and she diffuses the situation. The problem with many women is that they never get to have, civil conversation between themselves when they are having issues, because there are so many things standing up between them. In this case, there is the validation they need to get from the men in the house. So who cares? Let's please the men and throw a woman under the bus. But when you throw a woman under the bus simply because she's a woman, you are throwing every other woman inside the bus, including yourself. We always have to be careful. As women, there are many things that we cannot afford to do. We might want to do them, but we always have to think of, the consequences of those actions on ourselves, on our collectivity. Lucy screwed up this time. I don't care if people said that she won the argument. I don't care if she was, fighting on behalf of Dora. I don't care if she was fighting because she has some, personal issues with Nengi. I have issues with the fact that in her attack against Nengi, she used attack that it could have been any woman in Nengi's position. It could have been any beautiful woman, which suggests that she didn't really have any issue with Nengi in particular, but she had issues with what Nengi represents. Nengi, like we said, is just playing the game, and that is how she's going to play the game until the end. It's either Lucy gets used to it, or she will continue to boil in envy, because the girl is not stopping anytime soon. So ladies, we have come to the end of this video, and I will see you tomorrow to discuss once again about Nengi. Nengi is like the queen of highlights. She is like the most talked about housemate. Right behind her we have Erica, but Nengi dominates because so many things happen. This is one thing about women like Nengi. They attract drama. Even when they are not causing drama, drama still finds a way to get to them. The men want her. The women are envious of her. So she cannot help it. Whether she likes it or not, she will keep getting involved in situations like this. Anyway guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.